Hello, 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 and welcome. How as an entrepreneur can you stop doing what you know you shouldn't? Now, the reason this has come up is because I work with a lot of people who say this kind of thing regularly. Oh, I know I shouldn't be doing that. So what kinds of things do you know that you shouldn't be doing as an entrepreneur? Well, there are various things I hear people say. Things like, oh, I spend loads of time on email, so I'm constantly reading, clicking through off emails, you reading extra information, even spending too much time replying or responding to emails. Or things like, spending ages on social media and just getting very distracted. Or even doing, if you're someone like me who works from home, doing non-work activities. Well, it doesn't actually have to be. If you work from home, you can be doing this in the office as well. But if you're doing non-work activities during working hours. So what is it for you that you know that you shouldn't be doing, that you'd like to stop? Are you really clear? One of the things that we don't do a lot of the time is set a very specific time frame. So if we want to do something specific at work, if we've got a very specific task or project that we want to move forward or work on, what we often don't do is set any kind of time frame, which means that it's really easy to lose track of time, for you to just not even realise that you're not doing what you're meant to be doing and you're doing something completely different. And we can be talking ourselves out of doing things or procrastinating, but that's all because of what's going on in here. So have you ever heard yourself say things like, oh, that'll never work, or I don't know why I decided to do this, I'm not so sure anymore, so that we start to put doubt into our own mind, or we get fearful about what we've already said we're committed to. So what can you do about it? Well, my top suggestion is to set a power hour. Now, I can't remember where I first heard of this actually, whether it was Tony Robbins or Brendan Burchard, but it doesn't really matter. It's a fabulous idea and I use it regularly, because what that means is that you have 60 minutes. You have a 60-minute time slot and you set a timer to work for 50 of those minutes and to give yourself a 10-minute break. And in your 10-minute break, that means actually getting up and moving. So I would suggest that you have, I guess it depends on your work hours, it depends on your working days and your work hours, but you need a minimum of 1 up to about 3 power hours a day. You'd be amazed once you can structure this into your day how much more focused you can be and how much more you can get done. So that's 50 minutes of a set activity with a break. Now, even if you try this and you go, well, that's not really working for me very well, I can guarantee that it will start to get you to focus more on how much time is elapsing and what you're actually doing in that time. So it really will help focus your mind and focus your attention, because that's what this is all about. This is about you knowing that there's stuff that you do, like getting caught up on social media and your emails and doing busy things that maybe won't move your business forward. So setting power hours, setting 1, 2 or 3 hours will guarantee that it starts to focus your attention and your concentration. The third thing is to become aware of your self-talk. That's the stuff that you're saying to yourself. So, oh, I'm never going to get this done. This isn't going to work. Why did I say I was going to do this? Oh God, nobody's going to be interested in this. Nobody's going to watch. Nobody's going to listen. Whatever it is that's going on in your mind. Now, when that happens, you need to have something to do. You need to have something in place that you've already decided that you're going to do. Otherwise, that's just a recognition and you go, oh, right, that's interesting, now what? Well, what I suggest you do is actually become Sherlock Holmes and just say, that's really curious, or that's really interesting. That's my favourite comment of the moment is, that's really interesting. But the next thing is to say, thanks for that. So that thought has come into your mind for a reason. It's from a different part of yourself. It's come up subconsciously, and it's a part of you that's trying to keep you safe, that doesn't want you to put yourself out there in case things don't go well. But all you need to say is, that's really interesting, but thanks for that, but I've already committed. I've already made a decision. I've already decided this is right for me and this is what I'm going to do. and then get on with it. So there you have my 3 tips, I guess, to stop doing what you know you shouldn't. First, you need to become consciously aware of that, but what you then put in place is power hours. Set a timer. Either use a timer on your phone, get a good app. I use Pomodoro sometimes, but I actually like the 50 minutes rather than the 25 minutes. Set at least 1, up to 3, more if you can cope, but definitely 3 a day. I wouldn't suggest that you schedule the whole of your day doing this, because things crop up and you need that bit of space to be able to react to things at certain times. It's really good when you want to focus on something really specific. And then the third thing is just become conscious of what's going on in your head. That self-talk, the mind monkey, the gremlins, whatever, you know, people call it all kinds of different things, but just thank it, say that's really interesting, thanks very much, but I'm actually going ahead with this anyway. So do let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear.